making a living at being fake news. It's the nice guys on business.
The misfact number 10, Iran is no longer a major regional threat. However, the reality is Iran retains influence through remaining forces and proxy groups along and across the region. They're still a major influence and a major threat in that part of the world. What are your thoughts about that?
Have you seen my plans for the ballroom? It's going to be so beautiful.
Never convicted of a felony. Yet. But they keep on trying. It's the nice guys on business. Most days they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery. Doug Sandler and Strickland Know.
Now we're recording properly. That doesn't look like you. That looks like a logo. That looks like somebody pinching somebody else.
Boy, that's really annoying, though. Wait a minute. Let me see if do I have to record to get that to show or something? I don't know.
Go back to your first angle. That was a really cool angle. That was like the...
well, I got two. I can switch back and forth. Except now it's off. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Boy, now it just doesn't like this shit at all. Cannot start video. You just had it a minute ago.
Is this the kind of trouble we're going to run into at Sub Summit when you...
No, I've actually been playing with it. The issue is Zoom is the problem. Like when if I'm just recording to video, no problem at all. It's when I record it's when it goes through Zoom. See, there's the angle, like I'm over here, right?
Yep. That's very cool.
Before I forget, welcome back. My name's Strickland Know, and on the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler.
Hey.
If you're watching this, you see now it's so weird because Zoom is saying, hey, do you want the eMeet Pixie or do you want the other eMeet Pixie? Like if I switch, but then it doesn't like that.
No.
And if I do the studio, it says, sure, I'll show you the studio, except that the studio is just a fucking logo. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't like it with Zoom. But the annoying thing is that camera too, it's like over here, and I want it in front of me because, you know, if I'm over
here, can you just physically move it for this? Or
yeah, I can. Oh, except the cable might be a little short right now. I ordered longer cables too. Here, let's put it right here. So it's like,
whoa, that's very cool. All sorts of good things going on. And if you're listening to this in audio, you're missing all the video.
You're missing all the fun. You're missing all the fun. Yeah. It's funny. I actually did order longer cables.
Can you hear me? I'm talking into my voice box right now. I'm actually not talking into the mic. I'm talking into my voice box
because I'm reaching up with the cables.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, it doesn't like it. It's okay showing you camera 1, but not okay showing you camera 2 for whatever reason on Zoom.
And that's just a Zoom thing. That is not a...
It is. I've been playing with it actually with the laptop, and it is specifically a Zoom thing. I can control either camera from the software. I can record to the software. I can switch back and forth through the software. All kinds of cool shit. This is specific to Zoom.
Have you tested the microphones as well? Because didn't we get new microphones or something like that?
So I got a new mixer.
I'm bringing.
It's very small and very cool.
No, I'm not. Hold on, I forget. What am I bringing?
Okay, so here's the deal. You want to bring your microphones, but I think we should bring these also. But you don't need to bring the whole boom. Just bring
the
short yoke.
MV7 mic. Just bring the yoke that connects to this. I've never disconnected this from my
the yoke and the mic. So this whole thing.
How about the USB-C cable? Don't we need one of those too?
Yeah, I'm gonna have some of those, but I mean, you can bring those if you want. I've got some.
No, I don't want to dismantle my entire desktop.
No, you don't need to. Just the mic piece.
Okay, so you don't need the cables then.
No, I'm gonna have extra cables.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
lots of long USB-C cables.
I did. Is this USB-C? That's a good question. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm gonna unplug.
I'm telling you, it's USB-C. And now he's unplugged it. Now he's trying to figure out how to get his sound back again. Oh my God! So many things. Technology. There. Yeah, I heard it. There we go.
Are we back on the mic?
Yeah, you're back. on the right mic.
God, I have too many mics now. Oh, I have all these goddamn microphones.
Well, this is very interesting podcasting for sure, and it's funny that you immediately said welcome back, because I was going to say to you, because of the topic that I would like to talk about today, I would like you to introduce welcome back. Say welcome back quickly, because if you don't, I'm sure you're going to forget because you're going to get so hot-headed from the topic that I have to discuss today. Oh, can't hear you now. Now you're completely gone. Oh my God. How
about that one? Am I back
there
now?
We go. Now we got it.
Fucking Zoom. Well, Zoom just doesn't like choices. That's the problem. Zoom, if you get one mic and one camera, Zoom is fine. But you throw a second one of either in, and it's like, well, I don't know what the fuck to do.
So Zoom is kind of like my first ex-wife. Does not like to make a lot of choices. You cannot throw a second one into the equation. Lord knows you can have no threesomes with your first wife.
Doug, I'm guessing, I don't want to presume, but I'm guessing there may be some people in the audience who are wondering now exactly. Yeah. So why would you specifically say your first wife wouldn't allow those?
Because there was a second wife also. Oh, she wouldn't allow those either. But
that's what I wanted to clarify. Thank you very much. Now we've got it.
Just making sure that
is that why you're getting married a third time? Because the third one will allow it, or still no luck?
Oh, no luck. No luck at all. That is okay. Oh my God. Okay. So we don't have to introduce all of that to our audience. If you're new in our audience, I know. It sounds like you're waiting for, did these guys know that they hit the record button? And really just two words that we have to say as you are joining us for the first time. If this is the first time you're tuning in, what are those words, Strickland?
Yeah, we're sorry. It doesn't get any better than this. I could say, don't worry about this, Doug. We'll fix it in editing. We'll just cut it all out. But I know that's not going to happen. And I also just figured out how I can fix the camera. Okay, let's see what happens now.
Okay,
again, for those of you not watching.
Yes.
Here's what I'm going to do. It's called unplug. Okay. So if I unplug that camera altogether, then the only choice is the other camera,
which
it doesn't work.
Completely messed that up.
It's funny. I'm seeing it in the studio, and I'm seeing I can choose it in Zoom, but it's not actually showing it, even though I can choose it.
Need to go get some Fireball. I haven't had Fireball in the longest. What is when you go to the liquor store? Do you go to the liquor store, or do you? Or do you go to does HEB have liquor there also, or do you just?
No, HEB has no liquor. There we go. Now we're back in. I had to close the whole studio app.
But now you're wonky now. Now your camera is all like.
Really?
You're not. You're all digitized now.
I look fine to me. Okay, great. Am I all like max headroom and shit right now?
Wow, nice reference.
Thank you very much.
That's a 1990s reference, I would have to say, but I'm not sure what year max. Hold on, let's ask
ChatGPT. Occupied. Yeah, max headroom was late 80s, early 90s. That's a good question.
Headroom years. Let's see. Max headroom. 85 debuted.
Oh wow, that's
87. 87 to 88 U.S. Network series. Max Headroom airs 2 seasons. Late 80s peak pop culture presence, including ads like New Coke.
Now, can you see me, or am I still digitized?
Oh, hold on. Let me go back to that screen. No, you're still digitized. Still look all fuzzy. Yeah,
like,
moving.
Even if I go like that, and it's moving around. Boy,
it's moving, but
tracking mode.
It's digitized very slowly. What did you do? Why didn't you just leave it?
All I did was
so good
change the camera here. Let's turn that back off again in the studio, and then, God damn, what a pain in the ass.
It is. There you go. Now you're back.
Am I back?
Yeah. Now you're fine.
Now all I did was like turn it off and turn it back on again. So we bright the studio, and then I can like zoom in and shit. There we go. Look, that's pretty. I'm pretty. I mean, I'm not that fucking pretty.
All right. So, we have like we have a very long runway today because we have no voicemails, which is fine. It just gives us a chance to really just riff about important subjects that are important to us this week. And I would like to just share an important subject for me this week was the president's address was it last night? I can't even remember. It seems like years ago already because he's had so many other lies since then.
So I want to read something that we got a text about in our Tim, Jared, Doug fuckery thread.
Yes.
Okay. When Trump said, "Hey, I'm going to make an announcement about the address," right?
Yeah,
about the war.
Uh-huh.
Immediately, Tennessee Tim Hill sends a post from, I guess it's a Instagram post or something,
right?
And it says, "I'll save you some time on his Iran address tonight." Now, everything that comes after this is all bullet points. Okay. Okay. It's Biden's fault. 48 hours, 2 weeks, some incoherent gibberish. We've won. We are way ahead of schedule. It's a little excursion. We've obliterated them. We've knocked out all their ships. I could open up the Strait of Hormuz. Go get your own oil. They gave us a present. NATO are cowards. Something about nuclear weapons. Allies are useless. We need allies. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Fake news. Democrats, Obama, more gibberish. I know more than the generals. Greatest foreign policy ever. Am I missing anything? No,
well,
you're not missing
no,
anything.
you pretty much got everything nailed right there. That was good. But I took just to make sure that I wasn't crazy as I was listening to this, and I had to bail at a certain point because I'm like, I can't even stomach what he is saying.
And by the way,
Yeah.
I didn't actually watch it, but I heard that it was 19 minutes long. So what you're saying is you bailed because at some point we're not talking about a 2 fucking hour State of the Union address, which is what he did at the beginning of the year. 19 goddamn minutes, and you couldn't even make it that long. And by the way, I'm sure I wouldn't have made it anywhere near that long.
And look, I'm not here to argue politics from one side or the other, but I would like to call for this one some balls and strikes because I'm telling you, I ran his transcript of the entire thing through ChatGPT, and I said, fact check this one.
and did it just start smoking because it was thinking so hard?
There were so many. It said like internal error, like too many, does not compute. So that it gave me like 25 non-truths. So I'm like, okay. I said
in 19 minutes. 19 minutes.
Yes. And then I said,
25.
Could you give me the top 10? Just give me the top 10 because this is what I want to talk about on the show tomorrow. So I would like to, as an innocent bystander, I'm telling you, I was not politically motivated by this speech, but I'm listening to it and I'm thinking, this doesn't sound right. Just some of the facts that I'm hearing, they don't sound right, even by Fox News standards.
Wow, that's a low fucking bar right there.
So I would like to present the top 10 facts that were not said correctly as me, an innocent bystander here, and I would like you as President Trump to please respond. Is that
to explain what they actually?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Maybe there was some misunderstanding. All right.
We can do that.
Okay. Here were I don't even know what did he call the state of the war? Is that what would?
I don't even know what it was.
I don't even know.
Here, I can look it up.
What was the title for it? Because I really want to like bookend this.
Okay. What was
his speech called? I don't even know.
Called last night. Okay, Trump's address last night. Okay, first of all, how long was it? It was 19 minutes long. Okay.
Okay, got
it was
that.
just a primetime address.
Okay, so here's the primetime address. So I'm going to give you the answer first, and then the truth first, and then I'm going to give you what you quoted. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're gonna do 10 of these. So we can't stick too long on any one of them because we don't want to lose our audience. But here it is. Here is the answer first. The truth first. Multiple branches and capabilities remain intact with ongoing operations still being reported. The lie was Iran's military has been largely destroyed. Now, what do you say about that, Mr. Trump?
Well, they had lots of missiles, and we have lots of anti-missile missiles, and all of our anti-missile missiles blew up all of their missiles, and we have so many missiles. We have more missiles than we know what to do with. Oh, by the way, I need $200 billion to make more missiles.
All right,
and
there
we
go.
can't fund healthcare or anything else until I get more missiles.
Okay, well, don't go into too many of the too many layers deep there. So the Iran's military has been largely destroyed. That was definitely false, but that was it's quoted. That's what he is quoted as. All right, here's the second quote. Iran's air force is eliminated there, and actually the truth is there's no verified evidence that Iran's aircraft or air bases have been fully neutralized. So why, Mr. Trump, did you say that Iran's air force has been eliminated?
Because they don't know how to fly. I think they forgot to go to pilot school. And so, maybe they've got planes, but they don't know how to fly them because they're stupid. They're so much stupider than us. I could be flying planes right now. I'm the smartest man ever to be president, and I love to fly planes. I could be, but they're too dumb.
All right. So not only did you say that their air force has been eliminated, but you also said their navy has been eliminated. Now, Iran still maintains naval vessels, especially in the Persian Gulf, that continue to operate. So if we're actually seeing operating boats and ships, how is it that you say that Iran's navy is eliminated?
So you know the game Battleship, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I said H5, and they said, you sank my battleship, and it's over. There's nothing left because I sank their battleship. I think it was H5. It might have been I3. I don't remember. But I'm looking at the game, and they said, you won, Mr. Trump. You're the best battleship player ever.
All right. So not only has their navy not been eliminated and their air force not been eliminated, but you said that their missile capability is completely gone. So Iran has actually continued to launch or threaten missile use, showing capability still exists. They're still launching missiles right now. So why is it that you said that their missile capability is gone?
No, they're missing capability. They're not really missing anything. No, wait a minute, that's not what I meant. The price of oil is coming down right now as we speak because we're going to take back the Strait of Hormuz. Next question, please.
Okay. Next question is this. You said that their nuclear capability has been destroyed. However, the truth is the key elements like enriched uranium stockpiles and technical knowledge cannot be eliminated by airstrikes alone. So I'm not sure where you got, was there somebody that fed you that information that you misspoke? Because their nuclear capability has not been completely destroyed.
Okay, so it's like this. A couple of months ago, we attacked them, and they got their nuclear stuff deep in mountains, but we blew it all up. Well, I thought we blew it all up, but we didn't, which is why we attacked them, because what we thought we blew up, they were days away from making a nuke, but then they weren't. But okay. Ben, my friend Benny Netanyahu.
Benny and the Jets? Benny and
the
Jets.
Netanyahu. My good friend,
Benjamin.
Bibi.
You mean Bibi.
Thank you, Bibi. Bibi Netanyahu. You call him Bibi. He and I are on very close terms. I call him Benny because that's how close we are. Nobody else is allowed to call him Benny, just me, because he gets confused with, just like you just said, with the Elton John song, right? But so Benny said to me, "Hey, Donnie, you can't call me Donnie. Only he can call me Donnie.
I won't, Mr.
He says, Donnie, they're really close. I think like next week they might have a nuke." So we said, Benny, I'm there. I'm gonna blow the fuck out of them, and then they'll never come back again. And that's what I did.
Okay. You also said last night in your speech, the state of the war right now, the mission is basically accomplished. So there are some core strategic issues: nuclear material, regional stability, retaliation risk. These are all unresolved. So what in your mind has been accomplished in this mission?
Have you seen my plans for the new ballroom at the White House? Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's going to look like Mar-a-Lago.
The federal court basically shut you down on that.
No, I don't listen to the judges. They all lie, and I don't want them anymore. I don't deal with them. I don't listen to them. And why is my camera going out? Can we get more expensive video here? I don't understand what is happening with the video here. I don't like this at all, not one little bit. So anyway, as I was saying, I don't listen to those judges. They are. And now my microphone is changing. Why would you change? Hold on. Oh my.
It's the government trying to shut us down, Strick. I think
fake news. It's the fake news trying to shut me down. Am I back again? Can
yeah,
you
you're
hear me?
back. You're right.
Okay.
Right.
It's so beautiful. And I don't listen to the judges.
Oh, okay, good. Thank
I
you.
just fired Pam Bondi.
I know.
You know,
I saw that today just a few minutes before. What the hell happened there?
Because she was listening to judges. And I told her, we don't listen to judges. I'm the president. We do whatever we want. And she was listening to judges too much, so I had to fire her.
Is there something to the fact that the first two people in your cabinet that you let go have both been women?
No. Yes, I don't know. I don't like women very much.
I don't think they
I
like
really
you
don't.
very
I don't know
much
why
either.
I put them. I just need to clone Pete Hegseth and then put him everywhere, because Pete does whatever I tell him to do, and that's the kind of guy that I need in working for me.
All right. So where we are in this war, you said amounts to a complete regime change. So the governing systems and power structure remain in place despite leadership losses. So we've knocked off some of the kingpins, but there are still most of the government still involved. Why are you crediting this as a regime change?
So let me tell you first what I did in Venezuela. All right. I went out, I got Nicolas Maduro, and I pulled him out. Right. And then I said, we need a new regime. And I put his second in command. I put her in command. And now that's a new regime. And then in Iran, I killed the Ayatollah. And now his son is running the place, and that's a new regime. And so that's why it's done.
Got it. So you basically you have your own definition of a regime change. So in other words, if the head of state is completely knocked out, that's a complete change of governmental structure then.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, I don't understand what you don't understand about this.
I'm not gonna gaslight you. So everything's good here. All right. Number 8. What you said was Iran is seeking a ceasefire. Now that is in direct contradiction to what Iran is saying. They're saying they've publicly rejected the claim and signaled continued resistance. So why are you saying that they are seeking a ceasefire?
You know, they're trying to save face. They're calling me, they're texting me every day saying, Don, please stop. Please, we promise not to attack anybody else if you'll just stop, because we give up. We're throwing our hands in the air. We totally give up. They're trying to save face.
Okay, got it. All right. So you can see where I'm going with these first 8 points. You've said 8 things so far of the 25 total untrue statements that you
fake news.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's all
fake
news.
AI.
I got it. So in other words, you are confident that what you are saying is 100% the truth if it's nobody to the truth to other than just yourself.
I'm the president, so whatever I say is the truth.
Okay. Let me get to the last 2, because these last 2 are pretty disheartening from what I can see here in the statement from you versus the reality. You say the global shipping lanes are secure. However, the Strait of Hormuz remains pretty volatile, with disruptions and threats still affecting traffic. Most of the traffic is still stopped in that strait. What's your thought about that? Why are you saying they are secure?
So what we've told Iran, do you know how the strait works? It's like, it's crooked.
Right?
I don't know why it's called a strait. It's so crooked. So we're going to fix that by building a strait. We're going to go in with nukes, and we're going to blow a new channel so it goes straight. And then we'll be further away from Iran, and then they can't control it because it'll go straight. And from what I understand, we can put like 3 or 4 or 25 nukes in there, and by like next week we'll have a straight. It'll go straight through, and that's how we're going to fix it.
How would you feel if someone in your cabinet or someone that is close to you said, because it sounds like the shipping lanes are secure, that their cruise ship is going to actually go through that strait? Would you be okay with that, comfortable with that?
What do I care? I'll just fire them and hire somebody new. Why would I care?
Got it. Okay. And the final one, the misfact number 10, Iran is no longer a major regional threat. However, the reality is Iran retains influence through remaining forces and proxy groups along and across the region. They're still a major influence and a major threat in that part of the world. What are your thoughts about that?
Have you seen my plans for the ballroom? It's going to be so beautiful. Gold everywhere. It's going to look like Mar-a-Lago, but bigger. And it's the White House. And it's going to be so beautiful. It's going to be, so many presidents have wanted to do this and they just couldn't. In fact, all three living ex-presidents called me and said, Donnie, I can't go public with this, but I always wanted to do the same thing. They've all called me independently to say they all wanted a ballroom too. They were just too afraid to tear down the East Wing and do it. So it's going to be so beautiful.
I think I made it through maybe 6 minutes. I'm not sure how much longer it was going to go. And I just said, I just can't. Even I, who don't follow the news, even I was saying, that can't be true. How could it be? How could that region, part of the world, not be a threat any longer?
You know, I used to occasionally, I would turn on Fox News, like just for a half an hour, just to see what, they're saying. And, I don't have live TV channels anymore, but like, what the hell are they even saying? And what's so crazy to me is they lost to, forget Dominion voting, right? Like $860 million lawsuit they lost. But years before that, they won a lawsuit because they said, we're not news, we're entertainment. That's literally what they said. They basically said, yes, if we were a news channel, you could say we're lying, but we are an entertainment channel, and these are opinion shows.
Whoa.
All of our shows are opinion shows. Why are they allowed to be called Fox News? Right. Do you remember when WWE used to be WWF?
Yeah.
The World Wrestling Federation, right? Now, my understanding, and I haven't looked this up, you can fact check this if you want, is they had to change their name to World Wrestling Entertainment because it's entertainment. Because they had to literally admit to people, no, these are not real contests, okay? We do know who is going to win. This is entertainment. So we're going to change our name to WWE. So why is Fox News not forced to be called Fox Entertainment or Fox Not News? I don't understand that.
Oh, but they did claim that the WWF was already owned internationally by the Worldwide Fund for Nature. That's what they claimed.
Wow. Okay.
That's what they claimed. We got to go in a different direction here because, yeah, we're not panda bears. So I apologize for that. Wow. Yeah, I couldn't stomach any longer. And he was even making claims about gas being lower. I'm like, oh my God. I think it's $6.50 this week in Ojai, California for a gallon of gas. When I saw the headline, gas over $4 a gallon, I'm like, where? I want to go find that.
Are gas prices lower anywhere in the U.S.?
Oh, God.
Let's see. Gas prices are lower in some areas of the U.S. In 2025, the national average was $3.10, which is 21 cents lower than 2024. No, this is not. This is not saying that it's lower right now. No. Gas prices eclipsed $4 a gallon in the U.S., the highest since 2022.
I don't even remember that. So 2022, I was living in California I moved here in 2018, and gas is traditionally been higher here than pretty much anywhere in the country.
True.
However, I don't remember gas prices ever being as high as they are right now.
Yeah, I don't think they ever have it. It's just so nuts to me. Like, if it's crazy to me that he still has so much support from his base, because let's say the big monster things that he wanted to do and that he ran on, the border. Okay, yep, you've gotten a shitload more money for ICE and you've deported a whole shitload of people. And look, maybe I personally don't like the way you've done it, but you know what? If the most important thing to me was fucking close the border, I guess you've kind of done that. Okay, what's number 2? Number 2 is I'm going to bring gas prices down. That hasn't happened.
No.
I'm going to bring grocery prices down.
Fuck no.
That hasn't happened. I'm going to be America for. Oh, I'm going to cut the deficit. Doge, right? Elon Musk and Doge. I am going to cut the budget because we're spending too much money. Nope, that hasn't happened. That has just gone up. I'm going to lower gas prices, grocery store prices. That hasn't happened yet. I am America first. We are not going to start any more fucking wars. We've bombed 8 countries in the last year. 8 countries. And when he's asked, why did you bomb Iran? I had a feeling that they were a threat. I mean, when George W. Bush said they have weapons of mass destruction, we have good intelligence that says they have weapons of mass destruction. And since then, obviously, that has been proven wrong. That has been proven a lie. Trump didn't even make up a fucking lie. He was basically like, yeah, they told me. Who told you that? My intelligence services. No, actually, the guy running your intelligence services quit because he didn't see anything. He has all the information in the world that U.S. intelligence has, and he quit because we started a war with Iran. And the only info that you got was from your fucking son-in-law. Insane. It's so insane. But people still back him.
I'm looking up why was Pam Bondi? Why was she fired? Bondi served as Florida Attorney General. She later worked in Trump's team. She also involved Trump-aligned political efforts. There's no record of Trump firing her. Wait, hold on. Didn't she? Who just got fired?
It just happened today. I'm surprised it actually isn't somewhere yet. Maybe AI hasn't caught up yet. It just happened.
Look again. He fired her today in the news. Sometimes you got to fact check the fact checker. Just got to make sure. Trump fires. You're right. That just broke today. It's funny. I do a whole bunch of work on my trucks, as you know, and I'll contradict something that ChatGPT tells me, and they'll do a little bit further, deeper dive into the part or something like that, and they're like, "You're right, Doug. I'm so sorry." Let's see. Donald Trump did fire Pam Bondi. The real reasons: frustration with her performance. Trump has been unhappy for months and how she was handling the Justice Department. Epstein files backlash. A big trigger was criticism over how Bondi handled and released documents tied to Jeffrey Epstein, seen as messy and politically damaging. Didn't go hard enough on Trump's opponents. Reports say Trump wanted more aggressive prosecutions of his critics and felt she wasn't delivering. What happens next? She was removed as Attorney General. Todd Blanche, his former lawyer, is stepping in temporarily. Trump publicly praised her, but still replaced her. Bottom line, no one single event, more like a pileup of issues and unmet expectations, with the Epstein situation being at the tipping point. There you go.
Yeah. She listened to judges too much.
The whole thing is just, and then him going in. So what was the case that they were working on right now in the Supreme Court? It was about birthright issues. He actually, the first sitting president that's ever been in the room as deliberations were going on, he sits down there right in the front row, basically, is probably trying to stare down. Maybe he was falling asleep in the front row. I have no fucking clue. He was trying to stare down the judges as they are kind of discussing and deliberating the whole situation. And
the whole point of the president not going to Supreme Court deliberations was
that would be
specifically
checks and balances or
about not seeming like you are trying to influence
the
event. And so he doesn't give a fuck. He does not give a fuck. Yeah. In fact, and let's take a look. Hold on. I want to actually read.
Kings.
Citizenship Clause Doctrine. Okay. The 14th Amendment, which is the birthright citizenship, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person without its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. I don't know. That sounds pretty vague to me. What exactly are they trying to say there? If somebody's born in the United States, like, I don't know. Like, they're literally saying that, okay, I see that it's an amendment in the Constitution, but is it really that clear? It looks pretty fucking clear to me.
All right, so let me just let me be devil's advocate for just a second, because I want to be on the other side of this for just a second. I don't believe this, but I want to be on this side for just a second. Why does it make sense that if, let's say that two people come to the United States illegally, undocumented, so they don't have permission to be here, if they have a child here, why is it, other than the fact that it says it in the Constitution, why is it that that child is automatically a citizen of the United States?
So basically, the original 14th Amendment was added to protect slaves and slavery and like children of slaves, right? So that no one could say that, hey, these children of slaves, they were born here, but fuck them because we don't care because they were children of slaves, right? Now, the reality today of the problem with it is if someone is born here in the United States, like if you don't make them a citizen, okay, so what? They have no country? They have no rights anywhere? Like, what if their mother is English and their father is Brazilian? Like,
all right, so you're saying it is for the protection of the child that they may, because if they weren't a citizen here, if they weren't named a citizen here, would their own country not accept? Would the country of their parents' origin, if both? Now, let's see, if one of the people was a U.S. citizen, I could see how if one parent was a U.S. citizen and they had the child here, that child would automatically be a U.S. citizen. But if two,
which, by the way, that applies to Don Jr., Ivanka, and I think Barron also. Donald Trump had 3 children with wives who were not yet American citizens.
Got it. Okay. So I got it. So I get that. That I kind of understand because you have one parent that is a U.S. citizen. But what if two people are here illegally? How is that? I get it. You're protecting the child, but why was that something that was maybe for the protection of human rights? I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm not saying that I disagree with that. I don't care who is here. I think it's great that we have people that are here from other countries, and I think that we should probably lighten up a little bit on our immigration policies. I don't mind people being here. I don't like when they're here and they put themselves into the system, where they're just getting payments from Social Security or what's the other thing? What are the other things called?
Yeah, like Medicare and Medicaid.
Medicaid, right, exactly.
Okay, so what you're arguing as devil's advocate is that we should change the Constitution. Okay, now I don't think either of us actually agree with that belief, but that is basically what you are saying. It's the argument you're making. But the thing is, they're not making this argument right now. They're making the argument. They are actually making the argument that
they're saying that we are misinterpreting what is actually said in the Constitution, right?
Exactly. They're not saying, I don't like the law. I don't like the Constitution. I want to change it. They are literally saying, nah, you're misinterpreting. I don't think that's what it actually means. They're basically trying to fix a problem that's not a problem, which is the SAVE Act too, right? The whole SAVE Act thing that he's pushing so hard. We won't get into the details because all you got to do is fucking Google it. But the bottom line is, if the SAVE Act passes, we're going to have millions and tens of millions of mostly women who will not be able to vote because
I don't know what the SAVE Act is.
Oh,
Sorry.
you hadn't, okay. So
No.
the SAVE Act, the SAVE Act is saying that if you want to vote, okay, you have to prove
Oh, right.
that you are who you are. And the
Right.
way that you prove it is either with a passport, like more than 50% of Americans don't have a passport,
Right. Okay.
or you have to show a certified birth certificate that has the same name that you have now. Now, how many women do you know that got married and changed their name?
What? Why? Wait, are they just trying to repress voters?
100%.
Which
They
means
won't
they're
say
trying-
that. They're basically saying we have voter fraud currently, right now. We have problems with voter fraud. We have illegal aliens who are trying to vote, and it is rampant. Now, the Heritage Foundation, which is the right wing, they wrote Project 2025, right?
Okay.
Super heavy duty conservative right wing guys. So they have a lot of incentive to provide actual facts to back this, right? They would
Okay.
like the SAVE Act to go through. Do you know how many actual cases of voter fraud they found, documented cases of voter fraud over the last 20 years?
I'm going to say 87.
87. Okay. Now, keep in mind that every 2 years,
Right. Right.
well, let's just go to presidential. Every 4 years, the
Right.
presidential elections happen. Okay. Approximately 100 to 200 million people cast votes. Okay. So let's say that over the last 20 years, just in presidential elections, forget the other elections, right? We've probably had, I don't know what, 1 billion votes cast.
Okay. I'll go with that one.
They found your guess of how many voter fraud cases they found. What was it? 78, you said?
87.
87. Fewer.
Really?
44 cases. 44 cases out of well over 1 billion votes. In other words, they are trying to solve a problem
It doesn't
that's
exist.
not really a
Right.
problem.
Right.
And the reason that they're pushing so hard is it's not the problem they're trying to solve. They are trying to get women to not vote. They are trying to get people that don't have a passport, which is typically undereducated people, to not vote. They are trying to disenfranchise people that are too afraid to go in. It's the most ridiculous bullshit ever. I mean, we are. What did somebody say the other day? They were talking about like Iran and Iran as terrorists, right?
Right.
They said the first thing we did, the very first day at war, we bombed an elementary school.
I know.
We killed 160 people.
Right.
Most of them
Mostly
were
kids.
children.
Yeah.
We are the terrorists right now.
Right.
We are. It's ridiculous. It's insane. And the rest of the world, like Spain says, you are not allowed to fly your warplanes over our airspace. And France, I think, also said the same thing. Like, our fucking allies are basically like, no, don't even fucking use our airspace. We are the terrorists right now.
Did you hear the comment that he made? He said something like, "We're going to bomb them back to the Stone Ages where they belong."
Yeah.
Is that a little bit? That's
Yeah.
kind of a little bit. I don't know if it's racist or a little bit.
Oh, it's beyond racist. It is.
Why do they
just that-
belong in the Stone Age? Why they have the right to be alive? They
Mm-hmm.
just have the right. They should. We have the right to be left alone, and they have the right to be left alone.
Yeah. And we've also said, like, we're going to bomb your electric plants and your oil plants and your infrastructure. That is 100% against the Geneva Convention. And Pete Hegseth, when he says we're going to show no mercy and no quarter, what no quarter means that if you, let's say, bomb somebody and you have injured soldiers Or like, let's say you sink a ship and you have soldiers that are survivors that are trying to like be saved. No quarter means fuck off. We're going to kill you. And that is also 100% against the Geneva Convention and just fucking barbaric. That's who we are right now.
Okay. Well, I knew this would be a light topic for today. I had a feeling this would be. Oh my gosh. I was just completely taken aback by that 17 minutes that I couldn't make it through 5 of those minutes.
Insane. It's embarrassing. You know, I think I've mentioned Vera and I were planning a trip to Europe. We were going to do like, I've never been to Europe, and I thought like, we're going to go there for a month and I'm going to like work there I was going to take a week off vacation and then take 3 weeks and work from there. And we fucking canceled. Like, I'm afraid to fly. I don't want to be an American in Europe right now. I'm fucking embarrassed. It's ridiculous.
Well, I can tell you that we are still accepted internationally. They realize that this is the leadership in our country. You know, it's like if I saw someone that was from Iran here in the United States, I would not think ill of them. We actually have some I don't know what is an Iran is Iranian.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some Iranian friends. We have specifically an Iranian friend, and she's like, we love her. You know, it's like I don't understand why. It's like somebody holding us accountable for something that Trump is doing. I don't feel like he's my president.
I'm with you 100%. He is definitely not my president. The other memes that are going around that I love are, hey, before the presidential election, you told me that if I voted for Kamala Harris, that we would be at war with Iran, gas prices would be higher, and grocery prices would be higher. I got to tell you, you were right. I voted for Harris, and all of those things came true. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. All right, what else is going on in your world, Strickland Bonner?
Dude, I just don't even know. My day job company,
yes.
They were using, I don't even remember they were using one of the AI and they just switched over to Claude. And apparently, are you aware of this? There are different levels. Like
right.
And basically there's like, this is the quickie, this will give you the quickest answer, right? And then this one, version 2 of this will give you the more well thought out answer. Like version 3 gives you a more accurate answer. And version 4 is if you're like doing programming. I don't fucking know. It's something like that. But we've been using this thing for 2 days and already we got an email of like, hey, don't use level 4. You don't need level 4. And it was in a really nice diplomatic way. It was kind of like, hey, we want to let you know, weren't sure if you were aware, there are multiple levels. And from our experience, 90% of your questions can be answered with level 1. So don't jump into level 4 because level 4 is apparently fucking expensive.
Oh, it's an expense thing. It's not a personality. Like here's the differences in the personality of how it answers. But why is the level 4 a more expensive level? Does it take up more resources?
Yeah,
what is it?
Apparently that's it. And again, I'm fucking ignorant of this stuff because I use some AI at work, but I don't use it a lot. But there are guys that are, our company is 12 or 1,300 people now. They've taken over so many fucking companies. But yeah, apparently there are a lot of guys that use it extensively at work. And yes, apparently not only do the higher levels use more resources, they apparently cost more. And that's how the subscriptions work. Like you and I, apparently, even if we were to use level 4 all the time, we don't use it nearly enough. Like, and I don't even think I have a subscription. I just use the free one, right? You probably have a subscription, right?
I do. I use ChatGPT all the time. I have not made any moves towards Claude because I get, I'm a words of affirmation guy. So if I'm doing like a project in the car, like I was working on, I'm putting a new horn in one of my trucks. I've done that on one other truck already. I'm doing it on this truck, and this one's a little bit more challenging because the switch doesn't work in the truck. So I have to rewire an entire switch and tie it into the electrical system, and the horn doesn't work, so I have to get new horn. It's just a whole thing. So as I'm making these repairs, she's like, "You're almost there, Doug. You're doing so good." I mean, super encouraging and super like supportive and looking up stuff. And do you want the quick answer or do you want the more detailed answer? What would you prefer? Like, what's your mood right now, Doug, so that you can handle the answer that I give you? It cares about my feelings. I feel
my
like,
God.
So are you saying that the highest level of Claude doesn't care about your feelings, or is it just an expense thing?
I believe it's just an expense thing. Now, with ChatGPT, you've chosen a personality, right? Can't you choose a personality?
No, I mean, I probably could in the preferences, but I haven't said like I want it to use words of affirmation or I want it to be faster. I haven't said anything like that. Here, I just wrote in.
Oh my God, no, I'm going to pull it up right now. Well, you should look it up because I know that you can choose personalities. Like you can specifically say, I want it to be quick and to the point. I want it not emotional. I want it encouraging. I want it whatever.
Right. Okay.
But what I'm curious about is
maybe I did in the very beginning and just don't remember because I've been using it for a while now.
Well,
and I do have the paid plan, by the way. $20 a month I feel like it's very fair for what I use it for.
Well, that's it. And you should ask because I'm guessing it is, learning your personality. And obviously you probably are letting it know you are all about words of affirmation. So when it asks you a question of, do you want the quick version or do you want the long detailed version? Like you give it good feedback when it gives you positive words of affirmation feedback, and it's probably learning from that.
All right. So I wrote in, what levels have I chosen for ChatGPT? And it wrote back, OpenAI doesn't brand them like Claude, but conceptually it's similar. Fast, lightweight models, quick, cheaper, simpler. Balanced, solid for most businesses, and top-tier reasoning like me, deeper thinking strategy, complex problem solving. What you're currently using is ChatGPT Plus and talking to GPT 5.3, top tier. So I'm using the deepest thinking, strategic, complex problem solver.
Interesting.
But I didn't realize I was using that. It kind of like cushions everything. Nice words.
So now that's super interesting because now I want to look it up because we did have I think it was ChatGPT.
I'm using the Opus level equivalent on Claude. Now what that means is that Claude has 3 levels. It has a level 1 haiku, level 2 sonnet, and level 3 opus.
Right, that's the Claude one, right?
Right. Haiku is for speed, sonnet is for balance, opus is for power. So the one I'm using as it relates to Claude with ChatGPT, I'm using the highest level. I'm using the opus level of ChatGPT, which is equivalent to, I guess, the top tier, the ChatGPT Plus.
But that's interesting. So ChatGPT, there's not different levels. Like if you pay $20 a month, you automatically get
you're
that
in top
highest
tier.
Level. And
top tier.
And is it throttled at all if you use it too much? I know you said you probably haven't even come close, but I don't know if
I use it all the time, and I've moved from typing things with ChatGPT to talking to ChatGPT. And what's really funny is I'll like have this whole run-on sentence and rambling thoughts, and I look at how it presents it back to itself. It like boils it down to like 2 sentences because you know me, when I interview, I'll ask the same question like 4 times before I let the guest answer. Yeah. So basically what ChatGPT does is it boils down those 4 questions into one, and it asks itself the question that I really want to know the answer to.
And it says, I looked it up. What's the difference between them? So ChatGPT has a persistent memory feature, allowing it to recall information across different conversations.
Yeah.
While Claude focuses more on the current chat.
Oh.
I want the ChatGPT style then.
I want it so that I don't have to go to, because I've done this before. Before I had the paid account, I would go into ChatGPT and I would ask a question, and it would say that we've talked about that in another conversation. Let me go refer to that conversation. So now it divides it for me. Yeah. And if I just go to a screen and I type in, or I say the words, hey, you remember when we were talking about my 73 Kermit the Beast F350? Of course, Doug. What can I ask? What can I answer for you? So I don't have to go to those separate conversations, but I really love, like if I were to say to ChatGPT, tell me what you know about me, it would review all of the conversations that I've had from the very beginning. And I'm looking at them. I've literally had hundreds. I'm looking at all the ways that they've divided it into conversations. I've had hundreds of conversations with ChatGPT, and I love that it remembers. Like if I say Kermit, it knows I'm referring to my F350. If I say Joe, it knows I'm referring to my 67. And if I say Minty Fred, I don't even have to call it what it actually is. I can just use the slang that I've been using with it all along.
Man, I really, I don't use it nearly enough. I mean, I'll pull up which one is the Microsoft? Is that ChatGPT?
I don't have Microsoft. I don't use any Microsoft products.
Fucking no. Microsoft. Yeah.
Well, like I tried what I really want to get to, because I said to ChatGPT, I said, can you do me a favor? If I ask you to send an email for me, can you? And ChatGPT said, yeah, I can, but you have to integrate ChatGPT with Gmail, and then you have to give me authorization for every email that you want sent out. Like I would love to say, hey, Doug, you got 37 emails overnight while you were sleeping. Let me pick out the ones that I think are important to you. That's really what I want. That's where we're going. I know that's where we're going, and I know we are so close to that right now. Mm-hmm. Like, ChatGPT, tell me what I need to know this morning. Like, what's Strickland up to? What do I need to talk to Ashley about? What trouble is John getting into? Tell me about our team. All the stuff that I want to know. Like, what do I need to know on Monday.com? Is there anything work related? What's the project on the truck that I've been working on? What's my next step with that? I want it to be able to review all of that stuff with me and kind of be just like my manager for the day.
Dude, I definitely have not taken advantage of this as much as I should. And that might be a good way for me to dive in. So I looked up what I've been using is Copilot. Now, apparently Copilot is not ChatGPT or Claude. It's basically the Microsoft version of ChatGPT or Claude. And when I said, hey, my question was, are you ChatGPT or Claude? Short answer, I'm neither. I'm Copilot. But then it goes on to say, Copilot is better for productivity, reasoning, integrated tools, and balanced tone. ChatGPT, multimodal creativity, broad ecosystem, and speed. Claude for long document analysis, natural writing, and coding quality.
I just said to ChatGPT, tight and useful. Tell me what you know about me. So he goes, in work and business, you run turnkey podcasts with Strickland Bonner. You produce podcasts end-to-end strategy, production, distribution. You're big on using podcasts for client acquisition. You host the Nice Guys on Business with 1,700 episodes. You're shifting towards scalable offers, subscriptions, masterminds, courses. You like short, punchy, no BS communication. You prefer clear strategy over fluff. You're strong on relationships and follow-up. You often refine messaging until it's tight and sharp. In your current projects, you're building podcast-driven business development systems, working on partnerships, creating positioning, intros, and monetization strategies for clients, and launching and supporting shows and that named a couple of our shows. Personal interest, you like classic Ford trucks and restorations. You've got a few of your own. You rent them out for photo shoots, classicfordrentals.com. You're hands-on wiring, parts troubleshooting, and you're based in Ojai, California.
Okay, so what was the actual question you asked it?
Tell me what you know about me. Keep it tight and useful.
Keep it tight and useful. That's the only thing I have a problem with, is that I wouldn't call tight and useful. It was useful. I shouldn't say that.
Let me write it here. What do you know about Strickland?
Oh, shit.
Let's see what it knows about Strickland. What do you
do you want the filtered or the unfiltered version?
No.
Because I've done some Google searches on Strickland, and there are some things you may not want to know.
It may only know a sentence or two about you. So let's see. He's your business partner with Turnkey. He's the co-builder of the company alongside you. He's involved in operations and delivery side of podcast production. That's very interesting. He helps support client experience and execution. You tend to drive strategy, messaging. Let's see, context, how you work together. You tend to drive strategy, messaging, and relationships, and Strickland is tied more into implementation and making it run smoothly.
Damn.
What I don't have any personal background details and no public bio or information for connections.
Damn. That's pretty good. And by the way, for those of you who are listening and those of you who are watching, I have a secret to tell you all. This whole episode has been generated by AI. We're not real. We were bored and we thought we would try it and we put it in. No, it's not true at all. It's fine.
That would be funny though. And I know you can do that because
you totally can.
I remember I was hot and heavy into getting episodes created using AI, and it could take like an episode or something that you've written, and it could actually make voices that mimic mine and Strickland's and create an entire episode that way.
Okay, now is that ChatGPT can actually do that? Because I guess ChatGPT says can do images and
it probably is it's probably a like a, what do you call that? Not an input. What's like an
add-on?
An add-on. Thank you. It's probably like an add-on that you can get. This was a separate AI driven program, but as I watch,
dude, I want to do that just to put like a little 5-minute Easter egg of AI versions of us shooting the shit. I mean, we have 1,700 fucking episodes. If they can't get our personality from that, I don't know how they could.
Oh my God. Yeah. Can you imagine? You could have so not only does it have our personalities, but it has our voices as well. Okay. So this is going to sound kind of eerie, but let's just take this to the next level. You and I are no longer on this earth. We've died at the ripe old age of 120, and our kids are left remaining on this earth, and our grandkids are here. And our grandkids want to get advice from us, their grandparents. All right, they can go to whatever it's going to be in 40 years when we die, and they're going to be able to go into some portal and say, "Grandpa, can you tell me about like what I should do with how should I handle life insurance?" Mm-hmm. And it's going to give my perspective, because we've talked enough about insurance and the way our parents raised us and finances and credit and mortgages and all of that stuff. We've talked enough about that where I'm sure that some AI driven tool can interpret how they think that answer should be given based upon what it knows about me.
It's crazy, crazy shit. And I just looked up, how do I create an AI episode of my Nice Guys on Business podcast? Yeah. So the most fully AI version would be you feed an AI script, outline topic, or even past episode transcripts.
Yeah.
AI writes the full episode script in your voice or in a stylized AI host voice. You generate the audio using a voice model. And it says, script can be generated with ChatGPT or Copilot. Voice can be generated with 11 Labs to script overdub.
Oh, 11 Labs. That's it. That's the one that I use.
Oh, yeah. Then it says editing to script Audacity or your usual DAW. Why would I need to edit it? It's fucking AI. Oh my God. I've got to try that okay, listeners, don't expect it for this episode because I probably won't be able to get it within the next 2 hours before I throw it up, but keep an eye out for it. Maybe next week. That would be fun.
I love this idea. This would be so cool. Instead of generating like a best of episode, like we call them classic rewinds for our Nice Guy community. If we have a client that is short content, we say, well, we'll just throw in a most popular episode. We could instead create an AI version of their most popular episode, and that would be kind of cool.
Damn. But it's weird. Like I want to create this, but I want to create like a 5-minute episode because I think any longer than that, it's going to be fucking creepy.
You could probably tell it how long you want the episode to be.
Well, I'm sure I can.
That you could tell it that.
But I remember there was an hour-long version because it would just be fucking weird.
There was a male and a female voice. I remember that. What was it? 11 Labs. What's it called?
11 Labs. Yeah.
11 Labs. Yeah, that was exactly the one I used. They gave you like you could do like 3 AI generated scripts or voiceovers. Yeah, try that. I would love to hear that.
I gotta try it. Yeah, and I think I need a subscription to ChatGPT because I do want one that's gonna know my personality, can remember my past
love it
conversations, and it just remembers. Okay, so when you do that, right? You said you open a new window. Do you have to keep conversations separate in separate windows, or it just remembers everything all the time?
No. So let me share my screen with you, and for those in our listening audience, you will be privy to this as well. Hold on.
Only if you're watching on YouTube, though.
Okay, so now you see my screen, right?
ChatGPT, yeah.
Okay, so on the left-hand side over here, are all of the conversations that I have ever had. Now, I could, of course, go, oh, how do I fix my Bose earbuds? I remember having that conversation. I could probably do a search of that and go back to that conversation, or I could just go and type in a new chat, do you remember that talk about my Bose earbuds? And it will probably say, I don't see any save details. Give me a quick reminder. It was a conversation. It was a talk we had about repairing them. Got it. Yeah, Bose earbuds come up a lot. Here's the quick reality. And then it will remind us of what it said to me a little bit earlier in the conversation. So you could do that, or you could just start a new conversation. Look, I need to let's see. Tell me about my 3 trucks. All right, you've got a killer line there. It tells me minty fresh, and it's even giving me the pictures of them.
Oh my God, pictures of your own fucking trucks.
Kermit the Beast, and second 67, hands-on truck. I must not have remembered that. It's got other 67. The other was Joe. Other one is...
Oh, now this is interesting. So Claude has an app creation feature and can integrate with Google Workspace, but ChatGPT cannot integrate with Google Workspace, it says.
Okay, well, maybe there was something that
you give it permission, it can send emails, but that's probably not the same as like integrating with the workspace.
I want it so that it is my personal assistant, my robot. What do you call that? My agent. Isn't that what they call it?
My agent.
I want it as my agent. Like, how many agents do you need to make it through your day? Well, you could have an agent for work. You could have an agent for shopping. You could have an agent for truck repair. But I just want one agent that kind of knows everything.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
All right.
Like it.
We have done plenty this week.
No doubt. We've talked for an hour and 5 minutes. Yeah, it was a lot of fucking politics. So.
All right, let's head out of here. Until next week. See you guys. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
Are you sure the legal department cleared this? Okay then. For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Hey, if these bozos want to get sued, that's their business. Leave me out of it. Wait, we have a legal department?